Tune into Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad.
On the second day of the first cricket test between South Africa and Zimbabwe at Bulawayo, South Africa in their second innings were 49 for 1 at close of play today, which extend the lead to 216 with 9 wickets in hand. When the stumps were drawn for the second day, Tony Zizorzi with 22 and Vean Mulder with 25 runs were still at the crease. The only batsman to be out was opening batsman Matthew Britske, who could only score 1 of 6 balls caught by Madwear off the bowling of Shivanga. Earlier, South Africa declared their first inning at the overnight score of 418 for 9 with Leon de Pretorius the high scorer 153, while Corbin Bosch remained unbeaten exactly on 100 and David Brevis scored 51. These were the 3 significant scorers, and for Zimbabwe, Blazing Musa Rabani 20 overs 7 maiden, 59 runs and 2 wicket. Wellington Masakadza 30 overs 2 maiden, 109 runs and 1 wicket. Tanaka Shivanga 16 overs 2 maiden, 83 runs and 4 wicket. Vincent Meskia 13 overs 1 maiden, 97 runs and 1 wicket, while Brian Bennett 9 overs 46 and no wicket, and Wesley Madwear 2 overs 10 runs and no wicket. In reply to South Africa's 418 for 9 in the first inning, Zimbabwe were bowled out for 257, thus conceding 167 runs first inning lead. They began their inning but lost 2 early wickets and the third batsman retired hurt. Yes, 2 for 28. The first wicket fell in the very first over. Yes, Takudzwanashe Kaitano was the first man to go without scoring on the very first ball, caught by Tony Zizorzi of the bowling of Codi Yusuf. The second wicket fell at 23 in the fifth over. Nick Welch was the second man to go, scoring 4 from 5 balls. He was caught by wicketkeeper Kyle Verena of the bowling of Codi Yusuf, while Brian Bennett was retired not out at 28. He made 19 of 28 balls, hitting 4 fours. Then Zimbabwe had a 91 runs fourth wicket partnership between Craig Ervine and Sean Williams. Craig Ervine 36 and Sean Williams put on 52 runs in that partnership that took their total to 119 in the 34th over, where Craig Ervine was the fourth man to go, scoring 36 of 90 balls with the help of 4 fours, and he was stumped by Kyle Verena of the bowling of Keshav Maharaj. The fourth wicket fell at 167. The fourth wicket put on 48 of 55 balls between Sean Williams and Wesley Madwear. Sean Williams 32 and Madwear 15 in that partnership, and the fourth wicket fell at 167 in the 43rd over, and Wesley Madwear was out after scoring 15 of 25 balls, hitting 1-6, and he was legged before by Vean Mulder. While the fifth wicket fell at 185 runs. Yes, 18 runs later, the fifth wicket also fell, and Prince Mazwear was the fifth man to go, scoring 7 from 9 balls, caught by wicketkeeper Kyle Verena of the bowling of Vean Mulder. The sixth at 201. Yes, another 16 runs were added to the total, and the sixth wicket fell at 201, and Tafazwa Tisiga was the sixth man to go. He scored just 9 of 8 balls, hitting 2 fours, scored by Codi Yusuf of the bowling of Vean Mulder. While the seventh wicket, 16 runs later, the seventh wicket fell. Wellington Masakadza was the seventh man to go, scoring 4 of 23 balls, caught by Kyle Verena of the bowling of Codi Yusuf. While the eighth wicket fell at 249, and Sean Williams was the eighth man to go after scoring a century. He made 137 of 164 balls, 16 fours, and with a strike rate of 83. He was also stumped by Kyle Verena of the bowling of Keshav Maharaj. While the ninth wicket fell at 250, Blazing Musa Rabani was the ninth man to go, out without scoring, bowled by Vean Mulder, while Vincent Meskia was unbeaten on 11. And the last man to go was Tanaka Shivanga at 251. He also was out without scoring, caught by Maphaka of the bowling of Keshav Maharaj. So Zimbabwe batted for 67.4 overs and were all out for 251 runs, conceding 167 runs lead. Looking at the South African bowling, Codi Yusuf 14 overs 2 maiden, 42 runs and 3 wicket. Kwena Maphaka, 12 overs 1 maiden, 52 runs and no wicket. Brian Bennett, 16 overs 2 maiden, 50 runs and 4 wicket. Corbin Bosch, 9 overs 1 maiden, 31 runs and no wicket. While Keshav Maharaj, 16.4 overs, 1 maiden, 70 runs and 3 wickets. And at close of second day's play, South Africa were 49 for 1, taking their overall lead to 216 with 9 wickets in hand, with Tony Zizorzi 22 and Vian Mulder with 25 runs were still at the crease. Looking at the Zimbabwe's second innings bowling, Blazing Zarapani, 7 overs 1 made in 21 runs and no wicket. Tanaka Shivanga, 3 overs 18 runs and 1 wicket, while Wellington Masakadza, 3 overs 10 runs and no wicket. So South Africa lead swells despite Williams' 137. Williams scored more than half of Zimbabwe's first inning total, but the visitors still took a 167 runs lead and ended day 2 with 216 runs ahead. Since 2020, Zimbabwe have had 10 individual hundreds in tests. Sean Williams alone has scored 5 of those. One of those centuries came against South Africa in Bulawayo on Sunday and formed the centerpiece of Zimbabwe's inning. South Africa declared the first inning on the overnight score of 418 for 9, and in reply, Zimbabwe were struggling at 23 for 2. Williams walked in at number 4, and Zimbabwe woes were further compounded when Brian Bennett walked back due to a delayed concussion. Bennett was struck on the helmet by a Kwena Maphaka short of a length delivery, and while he faced 3 more balls, he decided he could not continue any further and walk off. From there on, it was almost all about Williams. He found a little help from captain Craig Ervine, with the duo adding 91 runs. They got together with Zimbabwe 390 runs behind, and with Maphaka and debutant Codi Yusuf in good rhythm, Yusuf had Takudzwanashe Kaitano caught at backward short leg off his 5th ball in test, and Nick Welch edging behind to the wicketkeeper in his 3rd over. Both of South Africa's new ball bowlers were extracting plenty of bounce and carry. South Africa may have opted to bowl on the second morning in anticipation of exactly that after they saw Zimbabwe's quick getting lot of help from the surface in the first session on Saturday. Despite the early wickets and assistance from the seamers, Williams countered attack. He got 2 early boundaries of Maphaka, one an outside edge flying past gully, and another a short arm pull to deep backward square leg. While Maphaka was taken for runs, Yusuf was much tighter. His in-between lengths drew the batsman forward, and his line around the off-stump checked the flow of runs. Zimbabwe, however, ended the morning session without any further damage. Vian Mulder and Corbin Bosch replaced the new ball bowlers and continued to test the batsman with accurate line lengths. Ervine was especially cautious, managing just 9 runs of his first 44 balls, but he dispatched his second boundary when he cut hard at a short and wide delivery from Bosch in the 19th over, and that seemed to have injected some momentum into Zimbabwe's inning. Both Ervine and Williams found success by punching or slashing the ball behind and in front of the square on offside. Zimbabwe were chipping away with the partnership before Keshav Maharaj made things happen. He beat Williams after tossing one up at him in the 24th over and could have had him stump on 40 had Kyle Verina not fumbled on the first attempt. After the lunch, the ball turning into him, William decided to use the sweep against Maharaj. One of those attempts saw the ball pop up off his forearm and just behind slip fielder. Finally, it was Maharaj who broke through. Ervine skipped down the pitch to Maharaj, who floated one full and wide off. Ervine on 36 missed, and this time Verina flicked the bails off in time. Thereafter, it was all about the remaining batsmen playing a supporting role for William. Wesley Madware confidently swung Maharaj for a 6-over long on early in his inning. With the South African captain being attacked by William as well, William faced 52 balls from the left-arm spinner and scored 43 runs, a strike rate of 82.69, including 5 boundaries. Twice, William advanced down the pitch to convert potential length deliveries into full tosses and heaved them away to the mid-wicket boundary. Mulder trapped Medway for 15 in the 43rd over, but Williams remained firm. 4 overs later, Williams got to his 6th Test 100, the joint second highest by a Zimbabwe batsman, but next ball saw Prince Mazwar, the concussion substitute for Bennett, edge Mulder behind. Mulder got his third when he had Takudzwanashe balloon a leading edge to the point in the 49th over. Yusuf bagged his third wicket soon after when Wellington Masakadza got a faint tickle behind to Verena. At that stage, Zimbabwe were 217 for 7, still 2 runs short of avoiding the follow-on, but Williams comfortably got them past that mark in the company of Venison Meskia, who blocked and dabbed much to South Africa's frustration. Williams' stay ended at 137 when Maharaj had him stumped for Verinen, 5th dismissal of the inning. Messikia Blessing Musa Rabbani and Tanaka Shivanga added only 2 runs from that point as Zimbabwe were bowled out for 251, leaving South Africa 167 runs ahead in first inning. Despite falling behind by a huge margin, Zimbabwe hit back early. Shivanga had Matthew Bretske edging to gully for 1 in the second over, but Tony Zizorzi and Mulder kept South Africa on track. They survived the evening despite some help from Zimbabwe seamers and took their score to 49 and the lead to 216 without any further damage.
Keep on watching Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad for latest news, views, and interviews of sports personalities from around the world.